Assalamualaikum. 12th standard in biology. Last time I have given you questions which were asked in previous board exam. That is the summary of the questions which were asked in previous board exams, and in that I have given you the questions from the topic, that is chapter number 1, reproduction in lower and higher plants. Now today the same will continue with chapter number 3. Chapter number 3 is inheritance and variation. This chapter is there for 4 marks with option that this chapter is for 6 marks. Now see, these are the question. I will start with the question. Okay, let's continue with the question which were asked in the board exams. Already asked in the board exam. Okay, see, question number 1 is Mendel selected the garden pea plants for his experiment. Mendel selected the garden pea plants for his experiment. Explain. This question was asked in March 2015. For this question, what you have to write? You have to write why Mendel selected garden pea for his experiment. Different characters of garden pea are there already in your book. That characters you have to write why Mendel has selected garden pea for his experiment. Okay, simple question. You have to write in point wise, no diagram, nothing. You will get full marks. Then question number 2 is sketch and label the structure of a pea flower. Sketch and label the structure of a pea flower, which was asked in July 2018. What you have to do here, you have to just draw the diagram of a pea flower and you have to label it. That's it. That is for 2 marks. You will get 2 marks for drawing, labeling. Okay, simple question. Third question is state and explain the law of independent assortment. State and explain the law of independent assortment with a suitable example. This question was asked in March 2014. What is that? What you have to do? It is a simple question, direct question. You have to state. What you have to state? The law of independent assortment. It is the third law of Mendel. And then you have to explain it, the law, with a suitable example. Simple question. Direct question. You have to write and explain with example. That's it. Next is question number 4. Describe the cross between a homozygous tall round seeded pea plant, homozygous tall round seeded pea plant, and a dwarf wrinkle seeded pea plant. What will be the type of progeny in the F2 generation of this cross, and in what proportion will it be? And the next part is name and state the law which is explained by this example. See, this question is a big question, but if you read twice, thrice, then you will find that this question is very simple. This was asked in October 2014. See, what is this? The cross between tall and round seeded pea plant and a dwarf wrinkle. 2 characters are there. Then what's the second part of this question? What will be the type of progeny in the F2 generation of this cross? The next part is in what proportion will it be? And the last is name and state the law which is explained by this example. If you pay attention for this question, you will find that this is nothing but this is the law of independent assortment with a suitable example. This question is same to state and explain the law of independent assortment suitable example. Here simple question was given, a suitable example option was given, you can write an example. Here option is already given, here question is already given, you have to just write it. Means it is nothing but it is law of independent assortment, and the example here it is given, you have to explain that example. Only you have, what is this question? This question is very simple, just you have to understand the question. Here important thing is what? You have to understand the question, then you have to write. The next question, question number 5. A pea plant pure for yellow seed color is crossed with a pea plant pure for green seed color. A pea plant pure for yellow seed color is crossed with a pure pea plant for green seed color. Next part, in F1 generation, all pea plants were with yellow seeds. Then the third part is, which law of Mendel is applicable? This was asked in March 2015. If you read this question twice or thrice, then you will see here only one character is used. That is yellow seed color, which is crossed with green seed color. Single character. So here the law which is applicable is law of dominance. Simple law. You have to first explain this, then you have to write what is the law, that is law of dominance. Very simple question, you can write it easily. Okay, but this question is slightly twisted. You have to just understand. See here you can see two characters are considered. Whereas in this question, question number 5, only one character is considered. As one character is considered, that means that here you have to explain law of dominance. Next question is question number 6. A pea plant homozygous for yellow round seed. A pea plant homozygous for yellow and round seed is crossed with its recessive parent. Calculate the phenotypic ratio with the help of checkerboard. Calculate the phenotypic and genotypic ratio with the help of checkerboard. See, this question was asked in March 2019. Now if you read this question twice, you will understand that this question is law of independent assortment. Two examples are there, two characters are there. See here question number 7 is the same. Explain the law of independent assortment with a suitable example. It was asked in March 2018. Okay. The next question, question number 8. A pea plant which is homozygous for yellow round seed is crossed with its recessive parent. Oh sorry, this question I have written again. Calculate the genotypic and phenotypic ratio with the help of checkerboard. This question is repeated. Okay, it was asked in March 2018. Next question, see, 9th question. A heterozygous tall plant of pea, a heterozygous tall plant of pea is crossed with a dwarf plant of pea. A heterozygous, read question properly. A word is heterozygous tall plant of pea is crossed with a dwarf plant of pea What you have to do? You have to calculate the phenotypic ratio of progeny. This question was asked in October 2013. If you read this question twice, if you pay your proper attention while reading this question, then you will understand that this question is about test cross. This is a test cross question. See, this is question number 10. Simple question. What is test cross in March 2016? Here what is there? You have to explain. Here example is given. In this example you have to explain with the help of checkerboard. You have to calculate also the phenotypic ratio of progeny. Okay, you have to here explain test cross with the help of the same example and draw the checkerboard, and you have to find out the phenotypic ratio. Okay, whereas this question you can see this is a direct question. What is test cross? Next question is, what is a test cross? Explain the significance of a test cross. This question was asked in March 2017. Simple question. You have to write the definition of test cross, then you have to explain it, and then you have to write the example of it, then you have to write the significance of it. Explain the significance of a test cross. You have to write the significance, just significance of a test cross and nothing else. Two things are there, two part of this question. One is definition and other one is significance. See, question number 12 is, identify which one of the following is a test cross. This question was asked in July 2017. Identify which of the following is a test cross. See, first is capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Second is capital T, small t, and the third one is capital T, small t, small t, small. Now in test cross, you know, heterozygous parent is crossed with a dwarf parent. See, next is question number 13. Which phenomena gives 2:1 ratio instead of 3:1 ratio? Describe with graphical representation. Which phenomena gives 2:1 ratio instead of 3:1? Describe with graphical representation. So this question was asked in March 2019. So this phenomena, see, you can see if you read this question twice, you will understand this question. Okay, what the question is, as only in one deviation 2:1 ratio is there, in all the deviation 3:1 ratio is there, and that deviation is pleiotropy. In pleiotropy only 2:1 is there, whereas in other all 3:1. In other 2 3:1, only in single it is 2:1 ratio. So this question is about pleiotropy. You have to explain it with the help of graphical example. So these three questions, question number 13, 14 and 15, all the three questions are about pleiotropy. See, question number 14 is, the gene for sickle cell anemia in homozygous condition is lethal and produces sickle cell trait in heterozygous condition. Explain. It was asked in July 2018. Same question. And question number 15, why the ratio in pleiotropy is 2:1? Explain it with example, which was asked in March 2016. These three of the questions are about the Mendel's deviation, that is pleiotropy. Same question is there. Here it is not mentioned pleiotropy, but here in question number 15 you can see it is directly pleiotropy is mentioned, and you have to simple question, direct question is there, you have to explain the example, whereas here it is slightly twisted and asked. But if you read twice, you will understand that only in pleiotropy 2:1 ratio is there. So you can understand that this question is about pleiotropy, And here you can see sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is the example of pleiotropy. So you will, if you read it properly, you will understand that this question is also about pleiotropy. Okay. So I have today given you 15 questions. I hope you will solve this 15 question. You will study and solve the question. This, as I said, this question, if you study this question, means you will study the chapter which will be helpful for your exam. Okay, we will continue with the next questions next time. Okay, so please study 15 question. Thank you.